Talk about how Rather Lie is AI confirmed. Okay. So I saw that tweet by Sam Can't Miss. And as much as I agree it's AI, at the same time, I don't know how the proof that he gave necessarily confirms logically that it's AI. Now, again, I agree that it's AI because we heard the reference track where the Lawson or whatever his name was, it sounded like he was using a Carti AI, but I feel like that's just going to be the new thing going forward with writers. And it's not even a ghostwriter because he's listed in the credits. So it's just a literal songwriter. And that is very, very normal in the music industry. Maybe not as much in rap, but I feel like so Drake was like slaughtered for having a writer. But if you go to any other genre, it's pretty normal and expected. But in rap, like, people care about bars and whatever. But now that we're not really so locked into bars, it's all like melody and flow and whatever. Like, that's where the writers come in, because it doesn't really matter what you say. It's like how you say it. And also beat selection, of course, with Carti and like Uzi and like all of that. It's about the whole vibe, not necessarily the bars, but like, if you were to go in the 90s or 2000s, you were to have a ghostwriter for just strictly bars, like, what are you at that point? So I completely understand the argument against like writers and whatever. But again, just because Lawson was on the songwriting credits, to me, doesn't necessarily prove that it was AI. It's right here. It doesn't prove that it's AI just because he's on like the ASCAP and BMI credits. But that being said, I don't think Carti can really hit those notes, or at least I've never heard it from him in the past on Rather Lie. Like, he was actually singing on that shit. He was like, I don't know what it's called, but he was progressing through notes up and down like he was The Weeknd. Like, I don't know if Carti is able to do that. But hey, maybe he took some vocal lessons in the 5-year span that we were waiting on the project on IM Music. But yeah, so again, I agree that it was probably AI, but at the same time, just because someone's listed in the credits for songwriting, I don't think that logically deduces that it was AI. Just because this guy, who's the reference track leaked and it was him, but it does supplement it. Like, it definitely increases the chances, but confirmed, I don't know about confirmed. That's all I'm saying. You seen Universal in talks with that AI studio? Yeah, I saw that. I was like trying to figure out what exactly that meant. Let's see. UMG, shout out Kirko, Warner Music Group. So like the big three, Universal, Warner, Sony. So everybody's going to like hardcore into AI. I think I saw like Dr. Dre also signed or like created a pop star who is an AI. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because I feel like I don't know if even people are going to support that. Maybe in pop, just because people who are in pop, like, that's just popular music. People just want bangers, I guess, for like the radio. And that's just like passive music listening. But like rappers, true artists, people want like a human. They want like a backstory. They don't want just the music. But hey, I could be wrong. We're like, if you think about it, we are a somewhat small group of people, like a small demographic of people who actually care about the story behind artists. So I don't know if they care about us like that. So it might not make a difference. But anyway, reportedly in talks with AI startups Udio and Suno to license their music as part of the settlement for copyright infringement lawsuits. The labels allege the startups use copyrighted songs to train their AI models without permission, and are now seeking licensing fees and equity in return. Okay, so basically what this is saying is, I don't know if it's an AI deal. I think from what I'm reading, it means to train an AI model, and I work in Gen AI, like for my corporate job, you need like a data set. So like you have Playboi Carti songs, Yeet songs, Drake songs, Kendrick songs, whatever, to train the model to with the structure of the song, the flow of the song, the lyrics of the song, the production of the song. And then, so to train the model, the AI models, they used copyrighted music. And so that now these labels are like, okay, so you infringed on our copyright, on our copyright material, our songs that we own the masters to and everything. So now you got to pay us like all the, like a percentage of the royalties essentially for using it, because you may not be using the exact words and production and flow and whatever and voice of our artists, but like you use them to create whatever you created, the AI music, and therefore you owe us a bag, bruh. So I don't know if this is that big of a deal. Universal, Warner, Sony, they got hella corporate lawyers, so of course they were going to get their bag regardless. That they're going to sue them to oblivion and keep them in court until they paid up. So and AI, it's literally like in the coding that like you need data. So they clearly use data to train their models. So I don't know if this is a big deal, but hey, get your bag. And maybe this will be good for artists too, because if they earn a percentage of the royalties, this unlocks like a new income stream for them. Now, granted, labels are notorious for not paying artists very well, at least a high percentage of what they're owed, and they're slimy sometimes with budgets and shit. So who knows? But hopefully the artists benefit. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, I got you. I'll stream more. I just had to, I had to take some breaks. I'm a grown man now. I had to go on some vacations and shit. Shout out for the follow, man.